Hello, everyone. It's Denise and Sarah, your dynamic duo.
Hello, good morning. Happy Monday.
I know. Can you guys believe it's almost March?
I know.
It's crazy.
I know.
So
Like how
today we want to talk to you guys about winter activities in Colorado. We talked to a lot of people that are moving here, and probably the funniest part of talking about this today is that it is Monday, February 26th, and it's about 70 degrees outside
I know.
today in
The week,
Colorado.
the week that we decide to do this, it's like the warmest we've
The
been.
warmest, yeah. We're getting a little like
It'll change like by tomorrow.
it will. Actually, it is going to change tomorrow. We're supposed to get snow tomorrow.
Yeah. So,
I feel like that's one of the biggest misconceptions, and you know, people will probably be mad at us for saying this, but a lot of people think like Colorado just snows all the time. Like that's all we have is snow. I know I thought that when we moved here over 20 years ago, and um, it could be. I mean, we get snow. Don't get me wrong, but we also get what is it, like 300 days of sunshine,
oh yeah.
that they say we get, right?
Yeah.
So, but you can still have fun in the winter. Um, this weekend is actually a great example. It was in the 60s down on the Front Range, and up in the mountains, there's snow, and it's in like the 20s, low 30s, but the sun's out. So it's just a totally different feel. Like I was hot. I was layered this weekend up in the mountains. Um, I now know why they put like those zip vents in your jacket
When
to cool you off. So probably the most common winter activity that people know about is skiing and snowboarding. And I'm going to hand this one off to Denise because I'm more of a spar than a skier or a snowboarder. So
and so I actually picked up skiing. I've lived in Colorado my whole life and I had never gone skiing. You don't really hear Mexican skiing, so anyway, so I just started last year, and yeah, so Keystone, you'll hear Keystone, Breckenridge, Vale, Aspen. Those are all the fun ones, and most known. But yeah, I just went to Vale last weekend. Was it last weekend? 2 weekends ago? Yeah,
yeah.
super fun, and um, it is pricey, but if you get like a season pass, it's definitely worth it. But yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, and Colorado
What
offers so
I'm
much.
glad you brought up the season passes. Like what I know, what do you have? An icon, there's Icon and Epic are the
There's
two.
Icon, and then there's Epic. They both offer just different mountains. So like one will have like Copper Mountain and the other one won't, things like that. So you would just have to see it online. There's some that they offer even out of state. So like you could go skiing in Utah, or
Oh,
there's one
cool.
I think Epic that offers one in like Japan. Like you can go skiing in Tokyo or something. But yeah, I mean you just have to see and look up to see what resonates
Okay.
better.
Because I know I looked at lift tickets.
Oh,
I think it was last winter. I mean, they can be pricey. So like a season pass is what, 700-800 bucks
yeah, it
ish.
depends on like when you get it. The more you wait, the more
Yeah.
expensive.
We're like, but just to go skiing for a day
That's like
is,
$300.
yeah, I mean, by the time you get everything. So the season pass definitely helps. There's some local places too, though, right? Like Monarch or Loveland. They're a little more affordable, right?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think like Frisco has some skiing too. So there's a lot.
There's options. Not everyone has to go to like Beaver Creek and
There's
Aspen and
options.
Vail. Yeah.
I haven't gone skiing in Aspen, so yeah, I don't even want to know how much that is.
No, I've lived here for over 20 years and I've never been to Aspen. It's on
Really?
my yeah,
I've
it's on my bucket
I
list.
haven't like stayed. I've passed through and like
Okay.
maybe for like yeah, but I've never like actually stayed for like a weekend. Like that'd be really fun.
I think what's so cool is when you live in Denver, or even Colorado Springs, Fort Collins, the Front Range, right? So you're on the east side of the mountains. Um, you can really conveniently get up to the mountains pretty quickly. I mean, so this past weekend we went to Copper, right? Is that right? Copper
Yeah.
Mountain.
We went,
And
yes.
we went tubing, which was super fun. It was about $75 a person for an hour, which doesn't seem like a long time, but it was good. Like, I was tired after finishing it. Um, but it took us an hour and 45 minutes to get up there. I mean, it was a day trip, right? We left in the morning, we got back in the evening. So, I think that's what's really cool is a lot of these winter activities that you can do in the mountains. I mean, it's nice when you can go up there and stay, but you don't necessarily have to. Like, you can get the skiing in an hour. I mean, the closest resort is probably within 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, usually
Yeah,
when I go to Breckenridge, I'll it's just a day trip.
just a day trip, right?
Um,
Like, you just go up and
n
come down. So, like, yesterday, we went sledding, which or tubing, snow tubing, I say sledding, whatever, down these hills, super fun. But then when we were finished, we sat outside and got, like, onion rings and a drink, and, I mean, it was gorgeous outside, it was so nice. And then we drove down the hill and stopped in Idaho Springs and got, like, a late lunch and kind of walked around their shops and then made it home and kind of avoided all the traffic.
Yeah.
There's
You
so many
still made
cute
it home by, like, 6, right?
Yeah, mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and there's such cute little shops and little towns, not necessarily the ski towns that are a little bit easier to get in and out of.
Yeah. Yeah, I love
So
snow tubing. I usually we go to Frisco. Frisco
okay.
Adventure Park, and I think it's a little cheaper than $75 an hour,
Yeah,
but
that one was definitely a little pricey. We wanted to go to Winter Park, but it was sold out. Like, so making
yeah,
reservations
you have
is
to make it ahead of
key.
time.
Yeah, and I think you get better pricing online too than you do when you walk up.
You walked up?
No, no, we ordered online. We
I was
didn't
like, I
wanna
would never walk up unless you live nearby.
Right, exactly, exactly. It's a process. I mean, it's not like you can just park right next to the play like, you gotta park in the parking lot and take their shuttles and all of that kind of stuff. So, um, what other things have you done up in the mountains for winter activities?
Well, there's, like, snowshoeing. I've personally haven't done that. There's, dog sledding. I haven't done that either, and there's
We need to
snowmobiling.
get out more. We
We
need to
need
get out.
that. I don't know.
I like the mountains in the summer better than I mean, not that I
I
don't enjoy
love
them in the
hiking.
winter, but I love the summer in the mountains. I have done snowshoeing before. It was a couple years ago. I gotta be honest with you guys. I was like, "Oh, walking through the snow, like, this'll be fine." That is hard. Like,
It's hard.
it's a workout, like, and the reason you put the snowshoes on, like, you have to put the snowshoes on and not just go, like, walk in the snow is because the snow is deep, and
Yeah.
so the snowshoe, like, disperses your weight so you don't I mean, you could be walking on, like, 2 feet of snow.
Oh
You don't
my
wanna
god.
fall into that, sometimes bigger than that.
Icy too.
Yeah, it is icy, but it's definitely a workout. Have you been snowmobiling?
I haven't, no, but
Ooh,
yeah,
it's
there's
fun.
some really fun spots that I've heard about,
So,
and I've been meaning to try.
I haven't snowmobiled in Colorado, but I've snowmobiled in Wyoming, which is, again, I don't know, a 2.5-hour drive from Denver.
Yeah.
Um, and that's a lot of fun. I'm from the Midwest, so snowmobiling there is, like, flat. Like, snowmobiling in Colorado is no joke. Like, you, like, go up the side of mountains and stuff like that. I chose not to do that part of it, but,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
snowmobile
Breckenridge has
has
a
snowmobiling?
yeah.
That's fun. We're coming into our snowiest months, so, like, February, even though it doesn't seem like it, March is snowy, and
Mhm.
then it's not uncommon for us to get snow in May,
Yeah.
which
It's
is
it's really weird.
crazy. Yeah, right? So, I
I wouldn't
think
be surprised if we have snow for Easter.
don't say that. We have a big event the day after Easter, and we need the sun to be out, but I wouldn't be surprised either.
Oh.
Um, I think another thing in the mountains that's fun in the winter is hot springs. You've done that.
Ooh, yeah, so there's my 2 favorite ones are well, the Glenwood Springs,
Uh-huh.
actually, I
That's a
have
big
3
one.
favorites. The Glenwood, it's, like, more of a pool, it's not very, like it's natural, but it's still a lot of fun, and it's It's really big. And then the Iron Mountain one, that's also in
Okay.
Glenwood. Um, but that one is, I feel like it's a lot better, and they have like individual little pools, I guess, and then they each have different temperatures. So that is really fun in the winter. In the summer too, but it's just way too hot.
Yeah.
Um, and then I like the one in Steamboat. Is that the Strawberry Park?
Oh, it's
It's
the
Steamboat.
strawberry one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's about, yeah.
No, yeah. So that one's really fun too.
I've done Pagosa Springs, which is
I need to.
down towards like Durango and stuff. That is fun.
Yeah.
Very so hot springs are natural. I mean, it's natural heat that comes from the earth's core. So it has a very strong sulfur smell to it.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
think,
I
yeah, Steamboat has a really strong one.
Yeah, and you can smell like sometimes you can like I drove by Glenwood Springs a couple weeks ago and you could smell it kind of going through. But
Yeah.
P- Pagosa Springs has a pool, but then it has all the small pools that's like in natural rock formations. And what's so cool is like they're all different, right? So like you could have two pools next to each other that have different springs feeding the water and the heat, and like one's 105 degrees and another one's 98 degrees. Like it's so unique to me how that works. And then I've also done the Mount Princeton hot springs, which is down in Buena Vista.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So those are
I
hot
think
springs.
the
What?
closest one to Denver is at Idaho Springs.
I believe so.
I think so. That's only like
I've never
what?
done that one.
Me.
I feel
Sounds
like the
familiar.
further you get away from Denver, the less it's not as crowded.
Yeah.
It's um
And they're nicer too.
nicer. Yeah. I agree. I feel like the closer to Denver, not that they're not nice, they're just not as nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, I mean, that's kind of the mountains, right? I mean, there's so much you can do in the mountains in the winter. There's ice mazes, there's the ice castles. I think they're down south this year.
They
Um,
put them in Cripple Creek now.
okay.
I'm down in
Yep.
Cripple Creek. Yeah, they used to be, where were they?
I thought they were at Keystone previously, weren't they?
I think they were in Dillon. I don't know. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they're down in,
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
That's not far from Keystone. So,
I don't know if they're still open, but it would be worth to check out
yeah,
before.
I've heard they're really cool. I haven't done it yet. This
Yeah.
this whole webinar is making us realize that
I
we
know.
need to do more.
I'm like, we need to go and experience more things.
When we do the summer version, we'll have a lot more to talk about.
Oh yeah, I love the
Yeah,
summer.
Denise does some amazing summer adventures, for sure. But
Yeah.
probably the biggest thing in the winter, like when you're down on the Front Range, is I mean, it's hockey and basketball season. That's super fun.
Catch a
So
game.
you've got Colorado Avalanche games and Denver Nuggets games. You didn't you just go to a Avs game?
Yeah, I went to one this last weekend. We lost, but it was still a lot of fun.
Oh,
And then I went
still
to a
fun.
Nuggets game a couple weekends ago.
I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever been to a Nuggets game. I'm more of a hockey fan.
yeah, I love
Yeah,
hockey.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
what's nice though is like usually in the winter people are like in other places, like stuck in their houses and they don't want to go anywhere. But because our weather is so, I mean, you could have snow on the ground and the sun's out and you're not wearing a jacket because even though it's colder, like we don't have the humidity and the sun's out, so it feels a lot warmer than it
yeah,
actually is. Would you agree with that?
yeah.
Um, and so that just makes like being outside enjoyable, right? So going downtown, going to Larimer Square or Cherry Creek North or any of our national parks, like being outside in the winter is it's kind of what we do.
I know yesterday, I mean, it was 60 degrees yesterday, or almost 65. And I was like, we gotta do something. Let's go, let's go
Yeah,
outside. And
get
so
outside,
yeah,
do
we just
something.
walked around like grabbed a bite to eat over there by like Union Station, and everyone was out. I mean, walking
Yeah.
around. All the dog parks were full, like, everyone was just out. Sloan's Lake was busy. And just, they just walk
Walk
around
around.
there.
Yeah. It's so fun because there's just I don't know, I think that's what's nice about it is it's winter, but it doesn't feel like winter because we're not stuck inside of our houses, right? It's not hard to enjoy winter in Colorado. I think there's all the things we just normally think of, like the skiing and stuff in the mountains and stuff, but um, there's just so much that you can do to get out and about. So I think
Yeah.
it's a good sampling of information for you guys. If you're thinking about moving to Colorado, but you're afraid of our snow, don't be afraid of our snow. It does snow here. Um,
If you're in
it
Denver,
melts.
it's gone by the next day, it'll melt.
Exactly. Like today, it's 70. Tomorrow, we're getting a snowstorm, and Wednesday, it will almost all
Back
be
to
melted.
60s.
Yep. So perfect. Well, I know this was a little bit shorter webinar than we normally do, but hopefully, this has given everyone an idea um, of winter in Colorado and the activities that you can do. Anything you can add, Denise, that you can think of?
If you're watching and do you have any plans to go skiing or do any of the snow activities, let me know. I'm happy to tag along.
Yeah, we'll join you.
Yeah, let me
And
know.
I'll be down at the bar after the spa waiting for you guys. And
Yeah.
exactly. Well, we've got I'm going to put up our QR code here. If you're watching this and it's before March 5th, make sure you scan and enter our giveaway. We're giving away one of those Nespresso coffee espresso machines. We're going to pull that winner on March 5th, 2024. We've got our March Convivio Cafe free coffee coming up. When's that? March
Um, March 15th.
15th?
Oh, and so we're announcing the winner March 4th. That's next Monday.
Oh, did I say? Sorry,
Yep.
March 4th. You're right, March 4th.
March
Good
4th.
catch. March 4th. Yep. And
Yes.
then next week, we've got Nikki Royer joining us, and we're going to talk about trusts, which not having trust in each other, but like real estate trusts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be a great one. You won't want to miss that. So follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all the socials.
Whatever.
Uh, enter to win. We got a lot of great information at that QR code, and we hope you guys join us next week.
Yes. Bye. I'm excited for next week. It's going to be very educational.
Yes, be a good one. So, all right, everyone, have a great week. Denise, I will talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.